Hi guys, and thank you for stopping by today. Today we are going to discuss about live queries, especially in buffer apps and mostly in .NET. As you know, I'm mainly about .NET, especially .NET MAUI, so don't worry about that. We would go through it today. So, what are live queries? As the blog post would say here, really great blog post by the way. I would put in the description, of course, just for words. It's pretty much like a real-time notification service. You can call it like that. That would notify your clients, all of your eligible clients, whenever there's any change being done to your database or to a class in your database. So it's as simple as that. To take an example, let's say you would like to build a chat app. Of course, that's the classic. You would like to build a simple application where you can send a message and someone will receive the message and they send the message as well, and it goes that way. It's really doable through live queries, in the sense where the moment you send it, they simply receive it. They don't need to ask for that. They don't. That your app doesn't need to request for it or anything. You don't even need to code a request for that per se. You just need to code a kind of like an up. I mean, you don't need to do anything in your end really. You just have to subscribe. But the code itself is mainly opening a socket, a web socket, and allowing information to go through as per permissions or as per session tokens and all of that. So that's the whole explanation behind it. Now let me quickly show you. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I use it in my music player app. That I use daily. I use it to do several things like synchronization of data, sharing stuff, for example, my statistics with other people. I use it in .NET MAUI, so it works in Windows as well as in Android. And I have it. This is my music player up here. Of course, it's a prototype, but yeah, the data here is the same as you can see on my phone. Actually, this is my phone, same information. This is the same application, by the way. Zimmer is available on my phone, on my MAUI, and also available on my computer, which will be here. And of course, my phone is a Pixel 7 with Android 15. Yes, where is it? Should be somewhere here. Yeah, Android 15. Oh my gosh, sorry, I can't find it anymore. Where is it? Oh my god, where is it? Oh yeah, here is it. Okay, so here it is. Anyway, so just to let you know, it Parse works on MAUI now, works on Live Server, works on MAUI as well. Windows, it should work on iOS, should work on Mac, should work on Tizen as well, I suppose. So yeah, that's about my own plugin there. So to show how it works, let's just, like I said, let me just show you quickly a quick chat app, right? Right now, let's just have a quick chat. And for that, let me compile the app for Windows. And I'm just doing so to show you that it would work on Windows, it will work on Android at the same time. It can work on several clients, it doesn't matter. Let me show you here. I would run it on my phone, which is a Pixel 7 Pro. I'm showing the emulation version, of course. I would also have another emulator actually, which would be API 30 for Android. And let's just check through here. Perfect. On Windows it is open. Perfect. On Android, here is the version again. Where is it? Sorry, it should be about device, right? Yes, Android 11. That works. Perfect. And there is another device, because I wanted to be sure that it works on several ranges. I just, just for the fun of it all, I have Android 14 as well. So let's just see through. Of course, let me quickly open this. And here we see the Android version being 14. Perfect. So with that, we do have the same application on Android, on Windows, and different version at that. So we should expect normally a crash, a bug, or anything, but nope, it should not crash. It will work as perfectly fine as possible. So let me open the app in my phone per se itself, because the two other were just emulators, but here we have the phone. Oh, we did have an instance opened. Let me close it. And now we do have three different systems all opened and all ready to interact perhaps. Now, of course, let's make them ready by we would log in here. It should say logged in. Just give me a second. We should also log in here, then log in here, then log in here. Perfect. Okay, 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 okay. Then connect, 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 connect. Perfect. All connected. Lovely. And then here is where the fun begins. Now, if I go to my Windows, say let's say I go to Windows and I type in hi, and then I send, all of them got it. Oh, even this one got it. Sorry. Oh my gosh, sorry. Perfect. He had it too. Okay, so hi, hello, and then I send. Everyone will have it. If I send here, anything really, they all got it. And of course, the last testing, tick and send, they all have the same data. Now, of course, very important thing, how does it, like I said, it sends the data in the database and notifies all clients together. Now you can double check that by going to your database. Let me minimize this please. If you go to your database and you go to the place itself, the data itself, if you refresh, you would see all the new data here, right? Let's double check. Let's have one version opened. No, let's do the clear version. Perfect. You will see here all of these: hi, hello, HJ, testing, and everything is in there as well. The sends via this, sends via Android, sends via WinUI, all of them have been marked. And yeah, pretty much everything. So if you want to have any chat functionality or anything like that, of course you can use this. Very important for back for apps. You should also read through encryption because it would help you a lot for your chats, if anything. And of course, also important would be for you to, whenever you have your back for app application or any other, if you're using any other provider, I would suggest back for app. Of course, I'm not even affiliated with them, just that I love them because it's really simple. They have so many perks and I can't start talking about them, otherwise I will never finish. But just give it a shot. Really, give it a try. It's free of charge, just at least to test the API, to test the SDK. You could have a back for application. Um, Again, like I said, free of charge. You have 25,000 requests per month. You could see everything, and when you have your app set up, you have to go through into server settings, activate your backend subdomain, then your back for app subdomain. Then you have to activate what class should be able to notify us if there's any change. After you're done with this, you would then finally have to go to your program. Here is where I would have to be a bit slow because this is the more important part. Now, in your program, you would have to, first thing first, use the Parse SDK, the Parse client, right? So, or the Parse, you have to instantiate your Parse instance, let's say that way. So for that, you would have to, as you have Parse in your application, let's assume you did not, but now you do. And so by taking through my SDK in the GitHub link, which will be in the description, if you add that to your project, I would the full instructions. I haven't pushed a release as of now because I'm still doing everything all well, but I have a, let me show you, I do have a release coming through. Anyway, you would see that I do have a release coming through. I don't know. Oh yeah, this should be that. Yes, yeah, I have the release having all of the notes, the readme, the docs. I know how it can be painful to have everything without the docs. I know that. So I made sure to write pretty much all the docs I could. There isn't anything I've left out, but if there is, just let me know. This was for the docs, and let's circle back. If you have added it here, you would have to go into your main app. For MAUI, I just came through in the app, and then I called the initialization. As explained, you have to put in your app ID, your server URI, and then your .NET key. Now, where do you get all of these? You get those in Back for Apps, or yeah, pretty much in Back for Apps. Again, like I said, I don't know much what other types you could use. You may want to use, but you can get those from Back for Apps. Okay, so when you have those, you would simply have, now optionally you can set in the host manifest data. I personally suggest setting this because some bugs might happen if you don't. So just go ahead and set it up, right? Just set it up. Then when everything is done here, you have to publicize. You don't have to, but I would suggest publicizing. That way you would have a single, like a singleton instance in all your app at any time, unless otherwise. When you're through, I promise this is pretty much the last step per se. When you go through to your main app, let's say you have a view model. I do have one here, which would be starting here. Here's my view model. Now, for now, I would not mind this, but for now, let's say I have my view model, which is an observable object because I wanna send some notification to the UI too, right? So that's why I use the community toolkit. Otherwise, you could have used I notify property changes. It works the same, but I want to use a simple way. So I have this. I would create a collection having all of the messages. I'll create a username. I don't know why I did this. I forgot. I'll check through again. But and then I would have an object of a selected message that we could use to add a message, edit the message, delete a message as well. Actually, yes, you could do that. That's pretty much by doing requests. When you're through, you'd have to, depends on how you want to set it. I decided to set it via a button press. That is why you would see this feedback here. For the sake of the video, really, I wanted to set it when I click here, then it will send like a notification. Perfect. And yeah, what happens is when I click, it would call this method here. Then it would call setup live query, which will simply, like it says, really, it would call the instance to get the query. So the way I understood it is it would kind of tell the instance, hey, get all of the fields, all of the schema, all of the yeah, let's call it the fields, really, the properties of this instance or of this class test chat. And when it does, then you would, if you were, for example, to set a condition, let's say for a test, for a chat application, we only want to do anything if the chat is deleted, like it's not deleted, sorry, right? We do anything if the chat is not deleted. So if we send a new chat and is deleted is true, then nothing would happen. But if we send a new chat and deleted is false, then the client application would receive the update. If we update the chat and then delete is false, then client would see. If you update and delete is true, then client will not see. So that is where the conditionals are very important, very important. Again, let me take another example because it took me some time to understand, so hopefully I could make it easier for you too. Let's just say, for example, you okay, let's say someone requests for you to give you an update about anything or to tell you the news. Okay, you know what, this is a good example. Let's say someone says, hey Ivan, please call me whenever my team scores a goal in the football match, for example, or the soccer match. That way, whenever another team would score a goal, I wouldn't bother the person, right? I wouldn't call the person. They specify that I should call them when my team scores. That's the same thing here. Whenever anything happens, right, and the is delayed is set to false, then the clients would receive something or the server would notify the clients. Okay, that is my understanding. I don't think I'm wrong because I tested and I had to really understand and confirm this. If I'm missing any point, please let me know, of course. Again, I'm here to learn, of course, with you. Yeah, when you are through with this, then you would have to call the live clients and then you subscribe, right? Like you would see, live clients pretty much Parse live query clients, and yeah, it's really the name that I decided to put there as an object. You subscribe. Now you would see register listener. This is really optional in the sense where you can decide not to go about with this, but I would suggest using this though, because it can help you actually. You saw at the beginning here in my class, let me show you, there was this, right? you had this, which is an iParse live query client callbacks. It's a listener, really, an interface that permits us to be informed whenever this connection done, an error, and it gives us the message. And then if there's a socket error, actually, for example, here, if you sent a message and there was an issue, it will give you the problem here. If you try to, if let's say for example you're using a very low end device that cannot retain connection, or the device loses connection or something, like anything happens in the sense where the discussion between the server and you is closed, then this one will be fired, and I think you would just have to reopen it, really as simple as that. So this is that. Yeah, that is really that. Oh, the only thing I would show is how to use it, perhaps, of course. Now, how would you send data to the server? It's very simple. You, again, like you would know, you just have to do dot save. Let me show you. Oh my goodness, send a message here. Send message, you simply have to do, message dot save, and when you save, let me show you what happens. Whenever you save the message, your subscription would let you know if perhaps your action which was saving was valid, in the sense where the server has also replied back, right? Let's do this right now. uh, Let me show you quickly. So okay, so let me show you a quick example of how to use that in your app, of course. Now, of course, you would have to do is, when you are logged in, you would have to subscribe like I showed earlier. Again, subscribing is done here. Perfect. When you do subscribe, you can optionally register your listener, which I did. And afterwards, let's say I have my app open here. Let me log in. Good. Then if I subscribe, then if I, you would see, if you see at the bottom, you would see here, see, subscribe to query. Actually, let me show you again. Let me put a breakpoint here, another breakpoint for here as well. This one is whenever we have any subscription done. So let me subscribe again, and it would, it broke. And if I come inside, it would show the message to me that way. Then it would also, if I move forward, it would also print that here. If you see my mouse here, let me increase this. Perfect, right? We are set. Now if I type in anything and I send it, my own client receives a notification as well, because it is part of the, it's part of it, right? So it receives a notification. What is a notification? You have an object which is of type parse object, and it has all of the data that you wanted it to have. Yeah, you have pretty much everything. What I have put, where is the text? It is found here, the message, here it is. Oh no, sorry, let me show you better. Oh yes, no, yeah, estimated data, this is it. Perfect. Here is the message. So you would see the message, which was the rubbish I wrote. You would see the platform that is there. You would see the initial information, like the created ad, deleted ad, or stuff. Everything's really there, and you can simply receive that information, map it from a parse object to a model or a class. And I have this here, and you would simply add that to, that is what I did. I add that to my updatable collection of messages. And oh, it happened twice. What happened twice? Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, so it did not. Sorry, it did not happen twice. It was my callback that was invoked again. That's okay. That's alright. Alrighty. So oh, it did happen twice. Oh, surely because of the breakpoints. Yeah, surely because of the breakpoint. I'm sorry. I honestly, I would not edit this video. I would just send it as this, because I believe it's best for us to kind of see the way it's working through. For sure, it would send the data only once now. If I send, you would see it would go once. Oh, sorry, I have to connect again. Then if I send, it goes once. It went twice before, simply more like most likely because we lost connection. Like before losing connection, some stuff happened with the tasks, and then surely something like that happened. But we have no duplicates. I made sure of that. I made sure to follow through with the pull request from the other repository that existed and fix the bugs that was there. Everything should be good. Again, let me do a last test. Tests and send, and it's there. Everything is perfectly fine. Yeah, that is how you would use live queries in your Parse server. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to shoot. If you have any queries, again, I'm here. I have tested it in .NET 8 and 9. It should work on other versions. It works on MAUI, it works on Windows, Android. It should work on Mac and iOS, unless otherwise. If there's anything I should change, of course, pull requests are welcome. And with that, then thank you very much for watching. It's been a pretty long one. I hope it has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll be back at you in a quick second, of course. Take care, and you have a good one.